rumor is it all started with y'all. That's what I heard.
It started with us. Hey,
Yeah, that's the rumor where this thing started, this whole group thing, and then I guess it amalgamated into Aaron, but it started somewhere with y'all dealing with the church and women. Thinking church and women.
So just to kind of put some context on it, just to put some context on the culture and the scene of '88. So in middle school, the whole point was to be a part of a group. Mm-hmm. Houston, we really didn't have gangs. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And so, like the 8th grade, going to 8th grade, you know what I'm saying? That's what it was about. You part of a group. And that was the same time you had two things going. You had MC Hammer going on. You had New Edition, Any Heartbreak album going on. So those are like we learned the choreography and all that type of stuff. So that was the thing that you did. Moving on from middle school to high school, it was just natural to do that. That was how you found girls. That's how girls found you. Mm-hmm. Like this. So I read when I was in the 9th grade, me and OC became acquainted. OC Tate, one was another artist, vocalist major at HSPVA, high school for performance arts. Anyway, so
yeah, I thought OC was coming on tonight.
So he couldn't make it. He had a last minute thing. He had to go.
It's been good to see the brother OC. I haven't talked to him in ages.
Yep, he was looking forward to it too. So OC and I were we just became close in the 9th grade. We just cool, kind of part of being, the few or the part of the minority issue, situation at the school while us being few in number. Mm-hmm. Got close, wound up hanging out, going to church, and OC knew art.
Wait, what church was this?
This is Trinity.
Oh, okay. That Alpha and with Hiram
Clark. Yeah, Hiram Clark with Pastor Rose. And so they were members of the church. I wound up visiting their church. Mm-hmm. And over time just became cool with Art. And me and Art really became connected because we had the two pieces that every young man would need to be able to function as a teenager. Art had the girls, I had the car.
Oh,
and so we
the Filmobile.
Exactly.
Whoa. I need to rewind. Who had the girls?
Art had the girls.
Oh. Yeah. Okay, got it.
Hey, allegedly.
No. We can't change
it's on
it up.
recording.
Exactly. You on video.
It was really. Now this was the start of it. So it was really supposed to be something that was a facade, a show, a silhouette, something that wasn't real.
Oh.
But Art came up with this idea to start doing talent shows because it was a way for us to kind of get in front. Windsor Village Methodist Church.
Windsor Village.
Wound up having a lock-in one night.
Hallelujah.
Windsor Village had a lock-in. So us as me and us, man, we can go and they're going to have a DJ there. And, we just do our thing. We go to the lock-in, Windsor Village, United Methodist Church. Praise the Lord. Amen. We go into the lock-in. Guy, Let's Chill album was out.
Classic.
Okay. What do we sing at the gospel talent show?
Let's pray.
Y'all saw Let's Chill?
Let's Chill. Not only sing
wow.
Y'all didn't reword the words?
Well, we didn't.
He said we just
look. I say y'all didn't say let's pray.
Exactly.
Let's kneel before the
Let's kneel. Exactly.
I can remember OC. I can remember OC walking
let's
up
repent.
Women while they sing. Walking up and
say them hands,
singing the and so this was like crazy.
Wait, you said OC?
OC.
Oh,
so OC's part was the all my love is for you, whatever you want to do. So that was like his little part. So anyway, when after that talent show, he and Sus kind of talking about doing a group thing, and it turned into what like the fellas. And so that's what the name kind of became from that.
And is that from Gillum or is that from you, or did y'all collaborate on that name?
I want to say Gillum probably came up with that.
Okay, so the fellas.
I guess, yeah.
I don't, because I know I don't remember coming up with that. And OC was pretty kind of whatever we kind of said.
He said just roll with it.
You know what I'm saying? Because he was real cool. He was glad. You know, we was all kind of glad to be here. You know, Art being older than everybody else. Allegedly. We don't know.
We don't know his age for real.
We never know. You like Tommy.
He keep changing it.
But anyway, so as time went on, you know what I'm saying? That's when we kind of got out of our the ninth grade year going into that part. And of course, Aaron, we kind of all got cool over time, the course of the thing. We were more acquainted, but didn't get close really until closer to the second half of the ninth grade going into 10th grade, right?
So many moons ago, probably so. As far as I know, we probably tight like ninth grade. I don't know. That could have happened. Y'all were vocal department. I was the instrumental department.
That's exactly right.
He said, I can neither refute nor
he said confirm nor deny.
Because I want to say, because like all of us, we were like really, but as far as like coming into like the evolution into the music piece, that wasn't until
probably second half of ninth grade.
Second half of ninth grade, because OC then kind of, because OC kind of faded back when we started having like rehearsals and stuff like that.
Oh no,
that's when he kind of moved off into that. You know,
he said, so you guys are serious.
Daddy then stuff at home, everybody's schedule. You know, sometimes people just got to be at home, and so that's how I kind of chalk it up to. But then that eventually evolved into Art being at a different school and being able to be a part of the group. That's how that kind of
going into. And Aaron, how did you get into PVA?
Basically, instrumental major.
Okay,
but it was kind of like a concentration on like in jazz or whatever. So yeah, I came in as an instrumental major, but I discovered Jodeci and I was like, yeah, so I want to do what they do. Trombone ain't cool. The trombone is for the nerds. I want to sing.
You didn't want to audition as a vocalist when you were going to HSP, and I'm sorry, High School for the Performing and Visual Arts in Houston, Texas. Got to give them a shout out because we keep saying PVA, and I know most people don't even know what the hell that is. So, yes, High School for the Performing and Visual Arts in Houston, Texas, home of so many talents.
One thing y'all are very well aware of, Hope Luster and Faith Luster existed. Mm-hmm. So in sixth grade, when they were like just excelling in vocals, and I was way too shy to even kind of admit that I even had a tone. I started out playing, an instrument because I was like, I don't want that smoke. If Hope is Michael Jackson and Faith is Janet Jackson, I'm more like Tito.
Whatever.
I'm the one in the back. I'm the one in the background. You know what I'm saying? They the superstars of the family. So for me, I discovered my own lane, so I wouldn't have to be in that type of shadow, and I got kind of good at it. And so, from the 8th grade to the 9th grade, I decided, to keep sticking with the trombone because I got pretty decent with it. That's how I got in. That's the instrumental major. Yep.
Wow.
But I still snuck that singing in there some kind of way.
Did you? So you guys never performed as a group, you and Phil?
So no, we hadn't. But so in 9th grade, we did. So in 9th grade, so y'all, I know y'all remember James Weber.
I remember James Weber.
So me, James Weber, and Ezekiel Morgan had a group called Cold Chill. We brought rap to
Cold Chill.
That happening.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we did a rap. And y'all know James passed away.
No.
Mm-hmm.
James passed away last year. Yeah. And so
oh wow.
So that was like an introduction of our generation kind of coming into like making our statement, because everything at that point when you go to a happening, it was rock, it was jazz, it was a collective of different things, but really nothing that was like on our radio station 97.9. Well, it wasn't even 97.9 right then, right? It was like 102.
102, yeah.
You know,
Before you move forward, Phil, for our viewing audience, what is a happening?
Oh, a happening is a talent show.
Okay.
It gave the creatives of the school opportunity to present their talent and
or lack thereof.
He said, "Or lack
thereof." Right.
True.
You might have been getting ready to say it as well. One of the beautiful things about the happening was that it didn't only give the opportunity; it also gave the opportunity for those creatives to share their talents outside of their main art area at the high school.
Right. Hence the reason why I was able to start singing.
And hence why I followed suit.
Because it was one of those things where you would see people in a whole different light that you would probably never hear say anything during the day, because everybody was tied up with their major, whatever you were there for.
So. Yeah, so I'm sure y'all was sick of singing Seven Crudel.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And now y'all can be like, from the first time.
He said, putting it down.
That's it. You know, and then we'd have to go and explain why we're using our throat to sing when we go back.
Exactly. Yeah, you always get hit with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
they did not like
Miss Vonda used to give y'all the business, boy.
Oh yeah, singing
all sorts of isms.
That throat singing and gospel and they wasn't having it.
Yeah, that's why I'm glad I wasn't a vocal major.
Oh yeah, they definitely would have been on you.
Right. But I mean to the credit, like really, the instrumental majors had an advantage on us. We were learning to sing properly. They already knew how to breathe properly. And so that it was like a natural transition if they did, you know, seek to go into the vocals, because it would naturally have the tone, you know. So it was definitely a bonus to get Aaron and Joe in that, because they raised the bar of what the tone quality would be because of the instrumental background.
I think. Well, I also got to jump in on that one too, because I think that that benefit was mutual. I can't speak for Aaron, but y'all already know about all my challenges coming into learning how to sing. But you know, some of the approaches and what you were learning there at PVA around how to take care of your voice, how to properly warm up, and all, like I hadn't done or heard or learned any of that, and it was from you guys introducing me to that. I think that if there was any benefit that I was bringing there to the group coming from the instrumental side of the house, it was definitely reciprocated from, you know, just being able to understand my voice as an instrument. And just like I used to take care of my trumpet, understanding what I need to do to take care of my voice as well. We learned from each other. It was truly a brotherhood.
It really was.
It is a brotherhood.
It's still a brotherhood.
Yes, I mean,
so now we got everybody linking up at HSPVA High School for the Performing and Visual Arts. We got Gillum over at Madison, and somehow y'all start forming this group. I guess called the Fellas at the time. Did anybody audition, or y'all just decided we finna get it popping with an R&B group?
I think when we first really started, like it's kind of like you said, like at first it was just kind of like a free fall. Like it was like 20 people in the group, and then what happened? What the change for me happened was the performance I would never forget was us singing "It's So Hard to Say Goodbye Yesterday" for Faith's going away party that she held in Denny Theater.
Oh yeah, so we touched on that before.
It was 30 of us, and and we were singing like
the
2 part harmony, and we were singing like 1 part harmony, and we sounded a hot mess.
Oh yeah.
With 20 people, you know, with 60 people on stage, and so after that debacle, like then Ideal came up there, sounding like Take 6 dipped in honey.
Wait, so we gotta touch on this, because this part is always gonna be the pivotal portion of how this group started getting serious.
Exactly, because that's what that changed me. Because like that summer, I was like, nope, I would never ever go through that type of embarrassment again. So when I tell you, I studied everything from Boyz II Men, Jodeci, freaking Mint Conditioning, Take 6. I just studied harmony and like all the stuff that I studied from jazz, you know what I'm saying? From, you know, the music theory that Doc taught us and all that, just to get my ear like to the point where we can actually literally start sound like something, because having 80 people on stage singing one part harmony, that could never happen again. That
in the move.
Lead,
Right.
unison, bass.
Right.
For the record, right there, bass was always on point.
Oh yeah. I mean, I was only on point due to the teacher, Aaron, putting his foot in my ass.
That's so funny. I listen, I did not, coming back from that huge, you know, embarrassment, like I was like, that was never gonna happen again, not on my watch. So I was just like, yeah, we gotta fix that. So and I still remember that feeling, like being after that, you know, all 100 of us was on stage, and I was and we you know, and you could hear like just the crickets like coming down stage. It was like, that was just the worst.
So
and we were home. It was home court.
Exactly. It was this performance at your sister's going away concert.
Sisters.
She allowed us. She was excited about it. You know, to give us a shot to shine. So the group itself got this song together. Well, I take that back. We did not practice very much. I think we practiced right before the show, maybe once.
It was like, oh, we got this. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's a bunch of vocal majors, and we can go up there. You know, everybody knows it's all hard to say goodbye.
Exactly. You can't mess that up.
Pick a harmony and just sing it.
Exactly.
And everybody picked the same note. I remember coming back off the stage, and I was dating Tiffany Hall. Remember Tiffany? Come on, Aaron. And I sat down next to her, and she just kept rubbing my back like, it's okay.
So I'm sorry you guys sounded that bad, but it can't get no worse than what just happened.
I think it was me, Ephraim, Phil, Joe, both Jeffries, Womack and Scott.
Yep.
OC. That's like what, 8 right there, right? And I think it's probably,
and like,
you know,
all those names are singing ass brothers.
That's why you would think that we'll be able to just go up there and kill it.
That's what
that was
thinking.
The problem, and I think that was what you're talking about, and even the technicalities of what you're saying you need to focus on that summer to get ready for. I don't think that was what actually ended up being the end result. Of course, the technicalities helped, but that we really came together and established and worked on that brotherhood. So, you know, chipping in to pay gas for the field mobile. Oh yeah. You know, trying to figure out how we're going to do all this stuff and just working through and, you know, spending time with each other and just getting to learn. Yeah. Like I remember we would start harmonizing and we could start feeling where things were going and where they need to be because we came to know each other. We developed and built on that bond, and we created and found something magical. Of course, we need the technical piece because that's critical. Yeah. But I think the magic, the sauce, was the true development of that brotherhood.
Exactly, man. Harmonies are developed through relationships, bro.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I'm still in that.
It's like it's so true, man. Like you say, you'll find people, they can sound great and sing that note, but if they're not listening to each other, it's not a relationship, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess that's why some of the tightest harmonies come from family. When they do the family groups, they usually say you can hear that bond in their voices due to their kinship with those family harmonies. So I was like, it might be some truth to that. So we got the debacle that took place. We grew from that, and then Sammy got in the group. Did Sammy started coming in during the happenings? I think we brought him in to perform in some of those happenings.
So one particular, right? We were doing Forever My Lady, and I think that he was coming to play for us.
Oh, yep, I remember that.
If I think that was the first time he came, Aaron. I think that's right. What you think? I think that
sounds about right because that boy could play that piano, so I know he, you know, will come with that. And then I was like, this boy got squabbles, like he can sing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he was at every summer jazz workshop at PVA, but he didn't go. He didn't get, you know, and so he had an affinity for PVA. He had a love for it, and so he just never became a student.
Sam never went to PVA.
He loved it though. No, he went to St. Thomas.
Wow.
He went to St. Thomas. He went to Catholic school.
Oh,
now that
I was wondering how Sammy started coming around. I don't remember.
So I grew up with Sammy from church. Yeah. So
okay. Got you. So yeah, so by the time the senior year came around, I think that's when we was like ready to hit it hard. Because like I said, we weren't gonna go through that foolishness in junior year ever again. Mm-hmm. And that's why and this let me be clear, okay? So I can bring this up. Because every time we talk about it, I feel bad because Joe always says I tortured him.
Oh yeah.
Trying
I wanted to touch on that.
But here's the thing, Joe, just so you know, the only reason why I was so hard is because, like, coming from that debacle of how embarrassed I was of us messing up that bad on our home turf at my own sister's big, huge gala going away, whatever, and freaking Ideal coming in and just embarrassing the holy crap out of us.
No, but Aaron, I give you a hard time. I enjoy the joke, but for all seriousness, I think I grew through that. It was almost like a pledge experience myself, because you would catch me I'd be walking from one class to the next, and you would stop me. Sing this.
So once we got together, we're getting serious. We ended up putting Sammy officially in the group. And then we started doing more practices and performances, different places. One of them, I don't know if y'all remember, we ended up going to perform at, was it 102 or 97.9?
That was 102 at Hometown Jams.
Hometown Jams. And we ended up singing on the show and killing it. We sung End of the Road. I don't know if you were there, Joe. Was it? I know it was me, Phil.
It was only three of
Aaron.
us. It was only three of us? It was only three. It was me, Aaron, and E.
I don't know if it was Jaco that got us in there because of somebody she knew, but somehow we got in there. He interviewed us a little bit, just kind of giving us a little props. And then I remember the word or the phrase, "Hey, why don't y'all sing something?"
So the first time we went, this is the time that we sung. This is before Hometown Jams. A high school would be able to come and do the countdown.
That's what it was.
And them got HSPVA in to do the countdown. Mm-hmm. And so we came in, and that's why it was only a couple of other dudes there. And he said, y'all sing something. And then Aaron said, we belong together, and you know, and me and E, the harmony behind. And we were, and it wrecked. Yeah, but like we said initially, the relationship between us was one of those things where it does. It in those times, it just kind of happens. You know what I mean? And that was a very encouraging moment right there.
Yep, let us know that, hey, we didn't suck.
We went from and y'all gonna remember this when I say this, because it just came to me when I said this, and Aaron continued to bring up Tiffany and Nicole, right? So we went from becoming Ebony males to sweet and sexy Ebony males.
Oh,
sweet and sexy Ebony male. Remember? So when time to come in and say, who are you voting for Hometown Jam, when it came in, like, that's what it was.
That's funny. Sweet.
Did we drop off our demo at that time as well?
Nah, we didn't have it.
Oh, we didn't have it yet.
We were there just for the high school, for the I don't know if it was top 8 at 8 or whatever it was, whatever kind of countdown it was.
Okay, so we still at the point where
I wasn't there for the sweet and sexy part, because I ain't never heard that.
Nah, you wasn't there.
But no. When they called in, because that was when we did special. Special was what we did for Hometown Jam.
Okay, I remember that.
Yeah,
you was there for that.
So before special though, we did Time to Make Love with what was our producer name?
Hamilton.
Yeah.
Hamilton was
Hamilton
on the
that
TS.
was the take.
So we was on the TS12
at Too Cold.
Yep. We recorded at Too Cold Records.
Too Cold Records. Yep.
Time to Make Love.
Crazy.
That was one of my first songs that I wrote.
Yep.
Right, and then that's when Sammy was in the mode of Mary J. Blige. Reminisce album. Every run he did sounded like a Mary J. Blige run. That's why that time to make love. That everything sounded
like Mary J.
so that was the time.
So we moving on to, we're taking off. Everything's working. Voices starting to blend. We got the harmony. Nazi putting down his hammer. Aaron.
And everybody, I mean, we're slowly kind of getting familiar with writing and finding who we are.
And then we're confident because we getting outside attention from DJs at the radio stations, letting us know, okay, you guys got a sound. Y'all actually got something. So once you get that outside approval outside of PVA, it's like, okay, we got something. We got a little something. I remember we were rehearsing more, and we were all getting ready for the rematch with Ideal, even though we didn't know when that was going to be. But we knew when we met up with them, when that day came, we was going to be ready. I remember.
Man, listen.
Little did we know that they were already prepped, suited, and booted, bro. They were in the vein already. They had the work ethic, man. They had the vision. They had people working with them and supporting them, getting them ready and right. And so by the time but when they went out and stepped out, you righty. They set a standard, bro. They really did.
So our second demo that we did was at Rock Romano Studio, right?
In the Heights.
In the Heights.
I remember that,
Texas.
Rock Romano.
Yeah. So we recording at Rocks.
Red Shack.
And then Aaron wrote his famous song, Special.
Man,
so we think.
He said, listen, let's be clear about something.
He said, let's go ahead and get this out the way.
And eat something else, bro.
Who would have had to stir the pot up a little bit?
Right, he said, so we think. I remember, like, because before then, like, we used to always just do cover tunes. We do Boyz II Men, we do Jodeci. I had this real this phobia of thinking that I couldn't write a song. And then, like, I would always sing this line all the time in the shower. That every time I take one look at you, I have to smile. Every time I take one, just riffing that over and over and over. And then one day in the shower, I came up to the next line. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's dope. And so that's how, like, the song Special came about with me just always singing that first line. Every time I take one look at you, I have to smile. And then the second line came, and then, like, it just turned into like a song from there. So that was like the very first song that I was like, yo, I actually can write a song. I can actually be a songwriter. And that's like how it started. It started to shout with that first line. So so yeah, that's how that song started. So I mean, if anybody got any other, thoughts on how that song came about, by all means, I'd like to see what their thought process is. But I know it started in my shower. So unless
Gillum was the alter ego of this, because I don't think he's online right now.
That is the first time I have ever heard that story. And that okay. And that, because I mean, just off the rip, and I can be honest with you, just off the way even the harmonies went, the blocked harmony and everything, and I honestly, I was thinking art.
Yeah, because Gillum said, this is to catch you up to speed, Joe. So I had the conversation after one of our episodes. I think the last episode we had, I'd spoken with Gillum, and somehow we got on we were talking about the show, and then we discussed something referenced with Special, and then Gillum said that he wrote the song. So
where the wine at?
I was shocked.
I had to swallow that real fast because that was going to come out.
I couldn't remember. I was like, so did Gillum write the song, or I was like, wait a minute, wait. It was the first time I ever heard that. And I said, okay, well, let me dig into this a little bit. And then Gillum said he came up with it, and I was like, the whole song? He's like, yeah, I wrote the song. I couldn't remember. So I knew I was gonna come to Aaron.
The only thing I can say is, unless he was in the shower with me, all those
no, we don't. Yeah, I hope not.
Singing that, like,
look. And if he was, that's your business.
That's really.
I will say this. I'm grateful to Aaron because even in that, that's even more so showing how giving and sharing he was even in that moment, because that was the first time I actually put something in a song, with that half bridge thing that came up with the little don't talk, don't speak, ooh yeah, don't tease, girl, oh yeah, rocking, knocking. You remember that piece, and it was like, and then you went on that into the whole thing. So I appreciate that because even in those moments, man, those are those little steps that give people what they need, the encouragement, man, to feel like they can go forward in something like that. And so I think that was a monumental time for all of us. But I'm grateful to hear that story, bro, because that put a lot of things in order right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man. Just going from doing the cover tunes, just like starting to actually try to start doing originals, man. I mean, that was a big deal. I mean, that made me realize that I can actually be a songwriter, and that's basically was the beginning of my entire writing career. So I mean,
Facts.
Wow.
That was some good times. Now, The one thing I did tell Efren when he brought it up, I was like, I'm pretty sure that as a group, maybe it was like, okay, we'll try this harmony note or do this harmony note or add this whatever, yada yada yada. But I was like, as far as the song, I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that was
that was all you.
That was me, jumping out the shower with some soap still on me to try to put these words together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
finally started coming together. Now, once again, like I told Efren, if somebody added a part or added something to make it, cohesive, that possibly, because you're in a group. That's what groups do. You know what I'm saying? Add harmonies, add a part or whatever like that. But
at the genesis.
Yeah, but I know for a fact though.
The foundation of the song was
that was my very first song I wrote. I mean, listen, I tell that story all the time. People are like, how did you start writing? I had this group back in high school, and I used them as my guinea pigs to see if I could actually do something.
Man, and you talk about lightning in a bottle, right? Because that song did a lot.
My very first song, man, it's crazy.
Very first song. So are we at Hometown Jam yet, or not yet?
Yeah, we're at Hometown Jams with that being our part of our demo that we submitted for the competition. We're trying to win. Then we submitted special for our jam, right?
And it was meant for us because J Real had been winning every week for the last
J Real
3-4 months with sleepless nights.
Yep.
In Sunday morning.
Yep. I remember that.
He had been winning every week, and he got cocky the week we put special in, and he put on there, "Let Me Do You Again." That was a song that he. Now, if he had done Sleepless Night and Sunday Morning, we probably would have went on like everybody else for the rest of the month. But that particular week, you know what I'm saying? And when they released it, did that, and
you remember. So just to make sure, because I like to set that mode, set that narrative. So this 102 Jams.
102 Jams. Mad Hatter is in the house.
Mad Hatter. They had this Hometown Jams competition where they allow local talent to shine. And J Real had been winning on this Houston 102 Jams, Hometown Jams competition for a while. It was a number of weeks that he had been killing it.
He was Houston. He was R&B Houston.
Yep.
At that moment when you thought about R&B,
Real.
That was him.
and so we submitted our song and got selected. And we finally got it, and that was special, Aaron's first song. And then they played J Real, and like Phil said, he didn't play the one that had gotten them the success through the last few weeks. So it was perfect for us. We were new. They played special, and special was a nice jam. It was clean. It was in the pocket.
I think the way that mug came in, because like I said, I remember me just being so in love with Jodeci. It came in with a big harmony part.
Yeah, that
like,
harmony was killer.
You're so special.
And it's like, whoa.
Yep, it was killing it.
So it came in hard, you know what I'm saying?
And then not to mention, they made an announcement, and it might have been whoever made the announcement to the school, listen tonight and call in deep.
Oh yeah, then everybody was calling in because you got to have your support, and PVA was on point.
And we were able to come to the station that day.
Yep.
If you were the artist that was up against Jay Reed or whoever that was, you were able to come. The challenger was coming up to that, so we're there. They played, and I mean the phones just lit up.
Yep, PVA was on point. We had family and we had PVA. Students they were supportive. They was loving us.
I can't believe we don't have a copy of that.
I'm sure that's around somewhere. That's somewhere close. We just have to put our minds to it.
Try to find that tape.
It's somewhere.
I remember when we played that at Matthew's house, and not say push us forward. I remember seeing Matthew and that vocal coaches, like you could see their demeanor change as they started listening to that track.
They got something.
You could see it. You could see Matthew begin salivating, and you can see that I cannot remember the vocal trainer's name.
David Brewer.
Yeah.
You could just see him like, okay, I can work with this. You could see it, and that really was that Aaron, that shower experience.
Let me tell
whether art was in there or not.
Let me tell you how it started. The way it started was just as beautiful as how it ended, right? Because we won for a number of weeks, and then I bet y'all don't remember who we lost to.
That's what I was trying to remember one day. I couldn't remember.
I know who we lost to. Master P.
That's
the song that he had.
Never knew that.
I never knew that either. That's crazy.
We lost to Bout It.
Stop playing. Yo.
And it was no way we was going to top that.
Well, listen, I'm proud to say that, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
If I had to lose or something, it'd be something that ended up being
Nobody knew who Master P was. As far as the club scene knew him, but I'm saying as far as like coming in and coming up and listening to him fresh off New Orleans, but he was riding the wave of Houston trying to come up. Some people didn't know if he was from Houston, didn't know if he was from there, but he came through hometown jams and he knocked us out. And billions of dollars later, he's still.
I never knew that.
I did not know that.
That's the interesting part about our journey on this is that we've come in contact with so many successful stories in the industry, in the music industry. And it seems like we just jump and then miss one and then jump, run into another success story, miss that wave, then jump here. And it's just like, I'm like, this is so weird how that happens, where we come in contact with so many fellow talented artists and then we miss the wave at that particular time. That's why I say the name is, if Almost was an R&B group, is why the name of his podcast and this show is perfect, because that's what it feels like. If Almost was an R&B group, it would be definitely us.
Yep. And so and then Matthew heard it and was like, that sounds great, but get rid of 2 fat boys.
Say not that harsh, but
and that's how Adagio happened.
I think we would see ourselves growing, but also we would see ourselves giving other people more and more control as the time went. We and that wound up being like the fall. We were the talent. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? We were the force. We were the unit. Nothing could happen without us. But we would relinquish it. For a conversation. You know what I'm saying? And we were guilty of that. And so.
But the thing about it is, like I said in that at the last podcast, it worked out because my mom was like, "Yeah, you going to Howard? They give you a scholarship. You going where the money goes."
Yeah.
So I was like, "Doggone it!" That group was my everything, boy.
That was the heart. You were definitely one of the founders that led up to where we ended up going. Aaron definitely brought us from novelty to official. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. That's what it was,
And I definitely appreciated the time and the energy and and the effort that y'all boys put into the old Ebony males. And special shout out to Chocolate Brothers Productions. Just so, you know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
This dude hit and went back. Chocolate Brothers CBP.
Special shout out to Chocolate Brothers Productions for just bringing that sexual energy. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you remember one thing with? I remember we had a meeting. I know this probably around the same time that we were getting serious because we saw us taking off, and we were trying to make sure that everybody was on point. And I think it was a record label before we had gotten to the Matthew portion. It was a record label that was trying to sign us, and we had a meeting. Was that it?
Jerry, you found that, right?
Yeah, I think. And then he was over there by Holly Hall because we had met with all the parents. He brought all the parents over. Joe mama, my mom's, your mom, Phil, and then Aaron's mom was there. And then he met with them, trying to get them to allow us to sign with him. And then
how do I not remember any of this? I'm getting old.
Aaron, your mom was like, hell no. She was again the one that put the foot down and said no, it's not gonna happen.
That wasn't too cold, dude.
I thought it was like Red something, or every time I think of Red, I think of that name. It's something with Red in there, but I remember it's off of Holly Hall.
But I remember the meeting with all the parents. I remember that
because we were mad at your mom because she wouldn't let you do it, which meant that we couldn't do it. And everybody was pissed.
what was so shiesty about it that she was so against it? Because I don't even remember this. Like, it was just probably some fugaziness. She probably read the contract.
Yeah, I think she probably just read that it wasn't legit. I'm not sure, but I know.
Remember. I mean, I don't know if y'all know. My mom has like a double master's in like psychology and education, so she probably read that, was like,
saying
nigga, no,
it's shady. No,
right?
Absolutely.
That contract probably said 20 records.
Oh yeah, probably.
And
until
indefinitely into perpetuity.
He probably said some crazy. And we was like, come on, yeah, it'll be fun.
They were like, well, y'all don't even know what the hell y'all getting into.
That's funny. Right.
But I do remember Joe's mom was supportive. She was the one pushing it in the corner all day, every day. I would definitely say she was definitely number one fan.
Jeez.
Every time feeding us,
bro,
encouraging us. I want to hear y'all sing for me now. I want to hear anytime y'all got. I want to hear something before y'all go. Sing something for me,
man.
I remember that.
Yeah, we had us feeling like somebody, man. Like for real. No joke, man. Joe's whole family, man. I gotta say, I say it every time. Man, we needed that. That was right on time. E's family was always for it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was y'all. The family thing y'all had was an amazing thing at that time, man. To see so many members of the family be behind the unit like that, it was real. That was cool, man.
I remember, and I didn't even want to mention it because I have no idea where they are. I remember my dad. Like, we would be practicing and he would slide a tape recorder into the room, try to tape us while we were trying to practice. We're like, we're not ready to be recorded yet. He was recording. Like, whenever we practiced at my house, my dad was recording. So there are some cassette tapes somewhere to be found.
I would love
that should have some of that. Yep.
Yeah.